Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the SPC Championships today at Jesborg Field, right here at Episcopal High School. The SPC consists of 17 of the finest preparatory schools and independent schools in Texas and Oklahoma. Today, we have two championship games on tap for you right here on Vype Sports Live. First up, the 3A championship game between the Fort Worth Country Day Falcons and the John Cooper School Dragons. Next up, after this game, you'll have Kincaid versus Episcopal. Episcopal getting through the playoffs and getting a chance to play at home in the championship game. That game will follow this game. Our producer today is Elias Marino for both games. We'll have quality assistants Skylar Gillespie for the 3A game and Les Clary for the 4A game. I'm David Canada. We'll be with you all day long. Two games on tap. Get your popcorn ready, something that can settle down. So it's good SPC baseball right here on Vype Sports Live.
Country Day Falcons. Let's meet today's starting lineup. First for the Dragons. Leading off, number 10, playing center field, Braden Brooks. Batting second, number 2, playing right field, Zach Turner. Batting third, number 11, designated hitter, Carmine Johnson. Batting cleanup, number 23, catcher Pablo Cavaluzzi. Batting fifth, number 9, playing shortstop Seve Amador. Batting sixth, number 21, playing second base Andres Valenzuela. Batting seventh, number 13, playing first base Rylan Soltani. Batting eighth, number 22, playing third base Justin Reaver. And batting ninth, playing left field Blake Lopez. And pitching for the Dragons today, number 15, Davis Ballsuper. Brooks, Turner, Johnson, Cavaluzzi, Amador, Venezuela, Sultani, Reedbrook, and Lopez. And now for the Fort Worth Country Day Falcons. Batting leadoff, number 16, pitching today, Jackson Blumendahl. Batting second, number 2, and catching today, Jack Ogle. Batting third, number 4, hung shortstop, Jake Settle. Batting fourth, number 12, playing first base, Cooper Paul. Batting fifth, number 29, third base, Quinn Gibbons. Batting sixth, number 7, playing second base, Connor Davidson. Batting seventh, number 18, designated hitter, Luke Mitchell. Batting 8, number 15, right fielder, Fulton Weaver. And batting 9, number 22, center fielder, Will Blumendahl. Playing left field for the Falcons today is number 6, Hudson Hull. Blumendahl, Ogle, Settle, Paul, Gibbons, Davidson, Mitchell, Weaver, Blumendahl. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Get up. Just about set, folks. We're in a good game here. This is a championship game, the 3A championship game in the SPC bracket. Fort Worth Country Days had a busy day. Their semifinal game was rained out yesterday, so they had to qualify for this championship game this morning. So this is game number 2 for them. John Cooper was able to get through yesterday throughout the rain. So they've had a little bit of a rest this afternoon, but Country Day is going to be your home team. They will be in the field first, and John Cooper out of the Woodlands is going to be up to bat first. You heard the starting lineups. Braden Books, Zach Turner, and Carmine Johnson will be your first 3 batters up for the John Cooper Dragons. Be the Dragons versus the Falcons. A little Christmas action. Red versus green this afternoon. Fort Worth Country Day in the red. John Cooper Dragons in the green. And Mother Nature must not have liked baseball the last couple of days, but she is shining down on us today. Beautiful day here at Jesborg Field, Episcopal High School. If you don't know where that is, it's right on the corner of the West Loop and Bissonnet, right here just south of the heart of the Galleria. Perilously close to the freeway. We've already seen a few balls land on and around the freeway and on Bissonnet, so if you're driving by, keep your eyes out. Got 2 games for you today. This game, and then 30 minutes after the completion of this game, we'll have the 4A championship game between the Kincaid Falcons from across the city and your home team, Episcopal, making it through, playing at their home field this afternoon. So got to be a little bit of advantage, a little bit of home cooking for them this afternoon. Good crowd on hand so far as they're still filtering in here. Getting the last couple of warm-up pitches in. Thank you for hanging with us the last couple of days when we're trying to get some of those games in on the NFHS network and right here on Vype as well. We're just about underway. This game originally scheduled for 2:30. Got delayed a little bit. The third place championship, our third place game played just before us, went a little bit long. So here we are. We're glad you could hang with us for the start of this game. Just about underway. On the mound for Fort Worth Country Day, Jackson Blumendahl, number 16. Right-hander, he'll kick and rock first one. Strike on the outside corner. Braden Brooks, the center fielder. Number 10 for John Cooper. Those pink gloves, you can see them from a mile away. Wind, if it's blowing a little bit straight in, a little right or left to right, it's been gusty at times. He'll check swing that one. And they'll check down to the third base umpire for that on the appeal, and he says no, he didn't go around. So it's 1-1 on the count. Just underway, first batter up here. SPC 3A championship game. That one's low and outside. 2-1. The lefty Brooks up to bat for John Cooper. The kick and he'll rock. Took a little off that one. The changeup had him out in front. 2-2. Outfielders playing. Brooks a little bit slightly to the right. Here's the next pitch. A tapper just fouled straight back. Almost looked like Brooks wanted to hold back up on that one. Didn't quite want to swing full. Got a piece of it, though, to stay alive. 2-2. The lanky Blumendahl comes to the plate. Fouled up left side, just caught by the net. We were kind of watching the third place game for a few minutes as that finished up. Saw several balls fouled off, one on Bissonnet, a couple over onto the freeway. So you got to be watching out if you're driving by Jesborg Field here. Here's the next pitch. Inside. Full count, 3-2 now. If you're just tuning in, thanks for joining us. It didn't miss much. First batter up here, 3-2 count in the 3A SPC championship game here. Blumenthal comes to the plate. That's high. He'll walk the first batter. He loses Brooks. And you can hear the crowd from John Cooper. John Cooper scored from the Woodlands. So they didn't have far to go. Pretty good contingent from Fort Worth as well. So good support for these young guys here this afternoon. Right fielder Zach Turner, the righty, up second for John Cooper. Blumenthal will throw over just to keep Brooks honest. Takes a big lead anyway. He'll come to the plate. High. Oh, he got it strike. Got the top of the strike zone. In the playoffs, you get three umpires. Actually, three umpires in the playoffs instead of just two. Normally, you have two. Big workload for the umpires. But they get a little help in the playoffs. They'll throw over again. Brooks again sneaking out. Pretty big lead. Blumenthal will check him again. And he'll snap throw over. Great job that time by Cooper Paul, the first baseman, to jump over Brooks and save that ball. A little errant. But Brooks still a big lead. Right side first base. Inside the pitch. Almost hit Turner. 1-1 on the count. And Brooks again, big lead, just daring Blumenthal to throw over. Then he goes again. Brooks trying to set the table, get something going here for the Dragons. He is not worried about that snap throw. He's got another big lead. This time the looping curveball to home plate misses the mark. 2-1. Dragons got to the championship game by defeating the Episcopal School of Dallas 6-1 in their semifinal. Fort Worth Country Day, 16-game winning streak coming into the playoffs. 25-2 impressive overall record. Defeated Oak Ridge 11-5 in the semi. That was just this morning. Two and two the count to the right fielder, Zach Turner. Outside low, Brooks takes off to second. The throw is high. He'll get in there safe. Brooks chose a great pitch to run on, that looping curveball. Gave him a little extra time to get down there to second. And they'll call timeout just for a second. The catcher, Cavalluzzi, will go out and talk to Blumenthal just for a second. Try to settle him down just a little bit. Turner now with a full count as well, 3-2. Just underway, no outs yet here in the top of the first. Brooks on second after the stolen base. Blumenthal will step off for a second. Check Brooks at second. Here he comes, another high pitch, and he'll walk Turner. So a little bit of traffic first inning here. Carmine Johnson, the DH, coming up with two ducks on the pond. The lefty. And again, Cavalluzzi will go out and we'll have a little conference at the mound here. The coach is going to go out and talk to Blumenthal. A little shaky start. He walked Braden Brooks. Brooks took second on the steal. Then he runs the count full on Zach Turner and walks him as well. Again, Fort Worth Country Days had a long day. They've had a game early on this morning just to qualify for this game, as our semifinal game yesterday was rained out, as most baseball games in the Houston area were. Head umpire, the home plate umpire, will go out and break up the party on the mound, and they'll get back to business here. And Blumenthal, a little bit of traffic, a little bit of trouble here in the first, walking the first two batters, and the DH, Carmine Johnson, up to bat here. He's deep into the box. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a miss. Must have just missed the outside portion of the plate. 0-1. Or 1-0, excuse me. I always get that backwards somehow. He'll check second. Come in. Fouled off to the left side. Johnson with a good cut on that fastball. Get the outfielder shaded just a little bit to the right. Center fielder playing a little short as well. A lot of center field room here at Jesborg Field. That ball's low and inside. They're going to try to throw it out at second just to keep Brooks honest again. One and two is the count here. Just underway first inning. 2 on. Nobody out here for the Dragons of John Cooper. Here's the next pitch. That's a looping changeup. 2-2. Johnson was not going to go after that one. He's going to work the count here. He's gone 3-2, full count on both the first two batters and lost both of them. Ripped to right side, down the right field line. Brooks is going to wheel off of third. He'll come in to score. The run will come in, and Zach Turner will get to third. 1-0, John Cooper. Carmine Johnson taking that fastball inside and ripping it to right. So now 23, Pablo Cabaluzzi, the catcher, comes up to bat. Runners at the corners, one run in. Nobody out here still. Blumenthal struggling just a little bit. He walked the first two batters, gave up the single to the right to score the run. Low and outside. Just missing the target, Blumenthal is. Here's the next pitch. That's inside. That's 2-0. So Blumenthal struggling just a bit here in the first. He'll check the runner at first. And now at third, he'll step off. Pablo Cabaluzzi sounds like a baseball name. That one's going to be low, 3-0. Blumenthal now struggling to find the target whatsoever here. And I imagine Cabaluzzi would just be taking this one here. And that's a walk, 4-pitch walk. He's going to load the bases for Seve Amador. The shortstop coming up now for John Cooper, and they'll go out and talk to him again. Olga will go out and chat. They'll bring in some of the infielders. I noticed they brought in the shortstop, Jack Settle, to settle Blumenthal down a bit. That's my joke for the day. So Seve Amador, the shortstop, the lefty, will come up with the bases loaded. Nobody to put him. Walk the first two batters. Walk the last batter, Cavaluzzi. One run in, bases loaded. Still nobody out in this inning. Pitch inside. He'll get the edge of the plate. After a 4-pitch walk, he finds the target to Amador. In the on-deck circle, Andres Valenzuela, the second baseman for John Cooper. Here's the next pitch. That's going to be a strike as well. Took a little off that one. Little changeup. And Amador in the hole here, 0-2. That one's going to be outside. I think you're just trying to get Amador to go fishing just a little bit on that outside corner. So 1-2 the count. Blumenthal struggling a bit. One run in here. Bases are juiced. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. A little high. 2-2. Yo, hot fire. Ripped foul left side. Up into the net. Amador got a pretty good cut on that one. Boy, if Amador could slice it opposite field, he's got a huge hole in left center field. As the left fielder's playing him a little bit left, and the center fielder's slicing or shading just a little bit to the right. He's going to tap it down to the first baseman. There's nobody covering. He finally gets over there. 1 run will score. Cooper Paul went out to get that. The second baseman tried to come over. And for a moment, there was nobody covering first as Cooper Paul turned around to toss the ball. There was nobody there. But 2 runs are in now. 1 run out finally. So the line 2 runs on 1 hit for John Cooper. 2 runners on. And here comes Andres Valenzuela. Outside. We caught the outside edge of the plate. You hear the crowd not really agreeing with the umpire. It looked like it was a little outside, but must have caught an edge of the plate there. Blumenthal pitches next. It's going to go right up the middle. He's going to come home with it. Strike. He got him out. Beautiful play by the shortstop, Settle. He could have gone to first, but he came home with the ball and got the out at home. So 2 outs now, and Sultani comes up. The first baseman, Rylan Sultani. 2 outs, runners at the corner still. What a heads-up play by Settle. Just to know he's got that runner coming home. It looked for a second he wanted to go to first, but thought better of it and came home and got it by about a step. So 2 outs here, still in the top of the first. Here's the pitch to Sultani. He'll foul it back. That's going to be, it looked like outside, but he'll call a strike on that one as well. 0-2 to Sultani. Justin Rebrook will be up next. Snap throw to first. It's been a long first inning for Jackson Blumenthal on the mound here. Only giving up 2 hits, but 2 runs to go with it. Walk 2. He'll come home. Tapper straight up the middle. Settle will take it, throw it to first, and they'll get out of the inning finally. 2 runs will score. We'll go to the bottom of the first. John Cooper are leading 2-0.
Number 16, pitcher, Jackson Blumenthal.
Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the first here. 2 runs scored by John Cooper in the top of the first. They lead 2-0. Now Blumenthal, the pitcher, gets a chance to help himself here, leading off for Fort Worth Country Day. The Falcons trailing 2-0. He'll try to tap it foul. On the mound for John Cooper, Davis Ballsipper, number 15.
So I brought Sprites, Cokes, 1 water, and I'm going to give you another water. And you got it.
Good. Here's the next pitch. Ripped up the center field. Blumenthal takes it straight up the middle for a hit. And he'll lead off bottom of the first with a single. Okay. If you're just joining us here, welcome in. Vype Sports Live, David Canada with you. Our producer today, Elias Marino. It's 2-0. John Cooper got 2 in the first off a couple of walks, 1 hit in the inning, actually 2 hits in the inning. The 1 hit doing the most of the damage. Blumenthal single to start the second half of the first inning. Bottom of the first for Fort Worth. Jack Ogle, the catcher, up to the plate now for the Falcons.
All right. Water. Water. Yeah.
Want to know the count now. Another snap throw. Blumenthal not really taking a big lead on first, but just wanted to keep him honest. Now he takes a pretty big lead. He'll stare and he'll bring it home. Outside and low. 2-0 to the catcher, Jack Ogle. Again, the first of 2 games today. This is the 3A SPC Championship game. 4A SPC Championship game between Kincaid and Episcopal will follow this game. Inside. Just joining us, John Cooper up 2-0. They're in the green in the field. Fort Worth Country Day Falcons wearing the red jerseys this afternoon. That's going to be outside. He's going to walk him. So some traffic on the base pass here for Fort Worth Country Day as well. Jack Settle, the shortstop, now to the plate. The first baseman, Cooper Paul, on deck. And another meeting at the mound here, this time for John Cooper. Had several in the first inning. Trying to settle down the pitcher for the Falcons, Jackson Blumenthal. Blumenthal, speaking of Blumenthal, taking a big, huge lead off second. Here's the pitch. Squares around a bunt. It takes the strike. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Wind whipping just a little bit, but it certainly feels nice. It's a nice day to be outside for a baseball game. Much better than the last couple of days here in Houston for sure. Wind at time gusting from the left to right. Almost straight in from left field at times. And Settle will step out of the box again. Two on here for the Falcons. Bottom of the first, they trail 2-0. Trying to cut into that lead. He'll check the runner at second. He'll come home. A little pop bunt. Going to throw it to second, try to get the double play. They got him. Great awareness. Tried to get the bunt down. The bunt popped in the air. Made the catch, spun around, and got the out at second. Beautiful defensive play by the Dragons. Here's Cooper Paul here for the Falcons. Still runner on first here, 2 outs now. It's one thing about aluminum bats, it's really hard to deaden that ball when you're trying to get the bunt down. That one popped in the air too far, too long. Turned out to be a double play. Ballskeeper will throw over to first. Again, certainly got the pitcher out of a little bit of a jam there for sure on that one. Cooper Paul, tall right-hander. Straight up stance. He gets ready in the box here. Still waiting for that first pitch. They've thrown over twice. Quinn Gibbons, third baseman, on deck for the Falcons. Here's the pitch outside. It looked way outside to me, but again, I'm not the umpire. Umpire likes the outside portion of the plate there. Again, I've got one bad eye, and I'm a lot farther away from the plate than the umpire is, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. 0-1 to Cooper Paul. And they call a balk against Ballskeeper as he dropped the ball, stepped off the rubber. And a free trip to second base. So runner on second now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That pitch was a little outside to call the ball this time. Ballskeeper will flip around just to let the runner knows he knows he's there. Not really attempted to steal or catch him stealing, but the runners are taking big leads at second there. He'll stare him down. He'll come to the plate this time. High. 2-1 the count. Strike. Caught the edge of the plate. 2-2 to Paul. Paul all the way back at the back of the box. Check the runner at second again. Here he comes to the plate. This time, Paul will dribble it to the third baseman. They'll throw it across and get the out. Runner will come in. So he got the out. Okay, I was just trying to make sure that thought maybe they were safe at first, but we'll go to the second inning. It is 2-0. John Cooper out on top. This is Vype Sports Live. Welcome back, folks. Jesborg Field here at Episcopal High School is our site today. It's the 3A SPC championship game between the Falcons of Fort Worth Country Day and the Dragons of John Cooper School out of the Woodlands. John Cooper got out to a lead at 2-0 in the first. And here they come in the top of the second. It'll be Justin Rebrook, number 22, your third baseman, coming up to bat. Blumenthal on the mound. Here's the first pitch of the second inning. Ripped foul, left side. Blumenthal had a little bit of trouble in the first, walking a couple of batters. A couple of hits, allowed 2 runs. Here's the pitch. Ripped foul. That's going to be down the right field line. Can't get to it on the right side. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Rebrook will come around first. He'll get to second and in with a stand-up double. Fulton Weaver couldn't quite get to it out there in the right field for a Country Day. At first it looked like, to me, the ball was going to be foul, but it stayed in the fair territory for a stand-up double. So up to the plate now Blake Lopez for John Cooper. He'll square around and try to bunt. Let that one go by 2-1. Rebrook at second with the stand-up double. Blumenthal will come to the plate, tried to bunt it to the right side. It goes foul. The Dragons playing a little small ball, trying to advance the runner to get him to third. Yeah, it's hard to bunt anyway. I think I broke a finger in Little League trying to bunt the very first time. Learned quickly to get the fingers out of the way, but it's hard to bunt anyway. But with a aluminum bat, he does a great job that time. Lopez lays it down and gets the runner over to third. I'm just saying, it's very hard to deaden the ball off of an aluminum bat with the jump that you get off that aluminum, but Lopez did a fantastic job. That ball just died right in front of home plate. Beautiful bit of small ball there. One out here, runner on third for John Cooper. And here's Braden Brooks again, the center fielder. Walked in the first, stole a base, and came around to score. He rips it foul right side. And you heard the crowd ooh and ah. That ball almost got into the dugout for John Cooper. Zach Turner, the right fielder, on deck for John Cooper. Blumenthal will kick and fire. High, ball one. 1-1 on the count. Runner at third here. We're in the top of the second. John Cooper leading 2-0. Looking to play add-on here. Brooks fouls it straight back. One and two the count. That's going to be a strikeout. Caught Brooks looking inside. And Blumenthal gets the second out on a strikeout of Brooks. Here's Zach Turner now for the Dragons. He got on with a walk in the first as well and came around to score the second run. Blumenthal peers over the glove. He'll come to the plate. Strike. Blumenthal finding that zone here. A little bit shaky in the first. A little more confidence here in the second. He's got 2 outs. Next pitch is fouled straight back. Watch out on Bissonette. Oh, it missed. We're all peering behind us through the open door. It just missed 2 or 3 cars, and I think it bounced harmlessly across Bissonette. So if you're in a silver car on Bissonette a couple of minutes ago, you just got lucky. So 0-2. That, I was just about to say that was outside for ball 3, but that's a strikeout. Blumenthal gets out of it, and we end the top of the second, 2-0. John Cooper out on top. We'll go to break. This is Vype Sports Live. Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the second here as the Falcons will come to the plate, trailing 2-0. Up to bat, Quentin Gibbons, the third baseman for the Falcons of Country Day. Here's the pitch. Way outside, as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside. Want to know on the count. Swing and a miss. That's like a ball keeper took a little bit off of that one. A little change up. Got Gibbons way out in front on that one. Connor Davidson, the second baseman, on the on-deck circle for the Falcons. That one will be tapped right side. First baseman, ball keeper over there to cover. He gets to the bag, and the ball gets out of his glove. They'll call him safe. Like ball keeper got to the bag and tripped over the bag. That is a tough play as a pitcher to get over there fast as you can and get the foot on the bag.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 7, second baseman Connor.
So it's a little bad luck for ball keeper getting over there, and he had the play, had the ball in the glove, and as he tumbled to the ground, the ball came out. So it's fortunate for the Falcons, unfortunate for the Dragons. Runner on first here. And Connor Davidson, the second baseman, up now for Country Day. That's going to be to second base. He's going to get the force out at second. Amador with a nice little scoop there to flip it to second, and Valenzuela got the out. So one out here, Luke Mitchell, the DH for the Falcons, now up to the plate. Runner on first, one out here. Snap throw to first. That is a hard thing for a right-handed pitcher to have peripheral vision to spy that runner at first, and even harder to make that spin around without balking and make that snap throw to first. It's a little easier for a lefty to be able to spy him because you're looking right at him. But for a righty, that's pretty tough. You almost have to have eyes in the back of your head. And he'll spin and throw again, this time a little closer. Soltani tried to hold him on there at first. Ball keeper look over his shoulder again. He'll snap throw again. And Luke Mitchell standing at the plate wondering when he's going to get a pitch. Here's the next pitch. Finally gets one. He'll rip it foul up and over the screen again. Watch out, I'm missing it. No. It's like a sideshow. Everybody's just watching the ball go over the top, and everybody says it's a car crash. Everybody likes to see a car crash. We almost had a couple here. See a lot of the Fort Worth Country Day fans peering over behind us. I'm wondering if that ball actually made contact with the car behind us. We're not sure yet. A little tapper to the right side. They'll make the out. Thinking we may have a damaged car behind us somewhere. We'll see. See, half the crowd just to our left is peering not at the game, but onto the street. So we have a damaged car behind us. So it's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs and maybe 1 damaged car. We'll see. Try to keep track of that. No balls to the batter, but 2 balls to Bissonette. Up to the plate now, Fulton Weaver, the right fielder. Lefty. Up to the plate for the Falcons. Here's the pitch. Tap to the right side, foul. So I wonder how you'd explain that to your insurance salesman. You know, I was driving down Bissonette and really a ball came through my roof. Yeah, but 1-1 to count here. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Will Blumenthal, the center fielder, will be on deck for the Falcons. Another snap throw. They're keeping the runner really tight over there on the right side at first base. Luke Mitchell has been brushed back about 4 times back to first base. He's really not taking that big of a lead, but they keep pushing it back. Throw over again. Two and two the count. Weaver will rip it to right on a 1 hopper. He'll throw it to first. He'll get him out at first. Beautiful play by the right fielder, Zach Turner, getting on that and ripping the ball to first on a single. He gets him out at first. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0. Fort Worth Country Day on top. This is Vype Sports Live.
Designated hitter Carmine Johnson.
Welcome back, folks. Going to the top of the third. Designated hitter Carmine Johnson up to the bat for Cooper. Still leading 2-0. 3 hits apiece for both these teams. 3 hits for each team and at least 1 hit on the streets around the field, I think. Because we're here live at Episcopal High School, Jessborg Field, right smack dab on the corner of Bissonnet and the West Belt, or West Loop, excuse me. Just south of the heart of the Galleria. Blumenthal will bring his first pitch here. A looping curveball. In for a ball. Blumenthal got in trouble in the first, gave up 2, but locked it down in the second inning. Big swing and a miss. Johnson way out in front of that one. 1-1 the count. Blumenthal will come inside this time. 2-1. Yeah, beautiful day for baseball. If you're inside, you got to get out. Just a beautiful day, especially after the weather we've had the last couple of days. And it's a beautiful day for baseball here. The 3A SPC championship game. John Cooper and Country Day, the Falcons out of Fort Worth. Blumenthal. Kick and fire. That one will hit Johnson. It looked like on the elbow. Or did it? Okay, they said it hit the knob of the bat. It looked like it hit him at the elbow. And I'm thinking if I got hit in the elbow, I wouldn't be standing there like he was. I'd be crying in the corner somewhere, but he was standing there stoically. He'll take the next pitch for a ball. He'll take first base.
Now batting number 23, catcher Pablo Cavaluzzi.
Now Cavaluzzi, the catcher, comes to the bat now. 1 on, nobody out here. Top of the third inning, 2-0. John Cooper. And right now, Fort Worth Country Day's got to think their favorite movie is How to Train a Dragon. And how to keep these dragons off the base pass. That one's going to be ripped left side up in the air. Center fielder will call him off. It's always the center fielder's option. Be able to call him off. Blumenthal will come in from center field and make that catch.
Number 9, Sevi Amador.
So Sevi Amador will come up to bat now, the lefty for John Cooper. 1 out here in the top of the third. Johnson at first. Low and outside, but he calls it a strike. Blumenthal will stretch and fire. Hot shot to the shortstop. He'll pick it, throw it to second for the force out. Great job by Settle. That was a hot shot to him. He picked it, got it clean. Over to Davidson for the force out. There's 2 outs now here in the inning. Andres Valenzuela up to bat here for John Cooper. Runner on first. Blumenthal gave up 2 in the first. He's settled down since then. Snap throw to right, or to first. Both pitchers very interested in those runners at first. Had a lot of snap throws to keep them honest. He'll take a big lead over at first base there. That's how it's a pitch out. Throw it clean through, the ball gets away. So Amador takes second. They had him on a pitch out, but the ball got loose. A little bit of a short throw. Ogle got the throw off in time, but about 3 feet short. So Valenzuela now with a runner in scoring position. A big lead by Amador at second. That's going to rip into center field. Then Amador will come around. He'll score. 3-0 John Cooper. They'll slide into second, throw to second. He's safe. Safe to the delight of the John Cooper fans. Making just a little bit of noise here. 3-0 John Cooper. So that steal by Amador comes up big here, as he most likely would not have scored on that single up the middle, but he does because he got to second. Now Soltani will come to the plate. Valenzuela at second now. 2 outs in the inning. 3-0 John Cooper. 3 runs on 5 hits. That one's a little bit of a changeup. Had Soltani out in front on it. So John Cooper playing a little small ball with a steal. It'll come in on the single. Blumenthal will kick and fire. Big swing and a miss. Soltani way out in front on that one as well. Blumenthal fooling them with that changeup, having them out front on those. Coach will have a word with Soltani here. So the mini meeting there with Soltani is over. He'll come back to the plate. 0-2. 2 out, runner on second. 1 run already in this inning. John Cooper leads 3-0. Blumenthal will come to the plate, high and outside. 1-2. Valenzuela again, big lead at second. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be ripped into right. Weaver gets underneath it, gets that one. He could look like he was struggling with the sun a little bit, but he comes down with a catch, and we're out of this inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. John Cooper leads 3-0 right here on Vype Sports Live. Welcome back, folks. Bottom of the third here. The Falcons trailing 3-0. Will Blumenthal lead off here, center fielder. Here's the pitch. It's inside. He'll call a strike. Three runs on 5 hits for the Cooper Dragons. So far, the Falcons blanked on 2 hits, or 3 hits. Oh, and 2 the count. Ballseeper had a little bit of traffic in the first inning, but got out of the second inning unscathed. Blumenthal way up in the box. Here's the next pitch. He'll rip it to short, scoop it, throw it, and 1 out. Amador with a nice scoop and toss across to get the first out. So we go from one Blumendahl to the other Blumendahl, from Will to Jackson. Brothers on this team. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. He'll swing around the bunt. It'll get past the catcher and back to the backstop. Next pitch, high and inside. Ripped to left, foul.
Oh my God.
That was really close to being a fair ball. As you heard half the crowd excited that it was a hit, and the rest of the crowd thankful it was not. But the rule is going over the third base bag is fair no matter where it hits after the third base bag. It's where it crosses the third base bag, and that was really close. Next pitch right off the back of Blumendahl. Blumendahl kind of stare at him as he walks down to first.
Now batting, number 2, catcher Jack Ogle.
So the catcher Ogle comes up to bat with 1 on here, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third. Another snap throw over from Ballsteeper. Trying to keep Blumendahl close. Blumendahl with his long legs, he takes another step out. Not as big of a lead as he had last time. He'll still throw over there, as I can get my tongue out of my eye tooth and see what I was saying there. Snapped it over so quick. Again, Blumendahl takes a big lead, and again, a snap throw over. And Ogle just turns around to wonder when he's going to get the pitch here. Three straight throwovers. This time he'll come to the plate. Ogle will pop it up. And it lands harmlessly, well, so far, harmlessly on the West Loop feeder road, as no traffic was coming through at the moment. So if you're looking for a free baseball, just hang around the gutters around here. There's several hanging in the gutters along Bissonnet and now on the feeder road. It's almost like a game within the game. Is the ball going to hit the car? So we'll reset here 0-1 as Ogle finally got a pitch to hit, and we'll throw over again. I'm thinking Ballsteeper's thrown over to first more than he's thrown to the plate so far. One out here, bottom of the third. He'll throw again to the plate. This one gets away. And Blumendahl will go down to second, take a big wide turn. Thought about going to third for a second, but thought better of it. Catcher got to it pretty quick. Cavalluzzi not much foul territory behind home plate. He got to it pretty quick. That's what happens to a pitcher sometimes, concentrating so much on that runner, he forgets about what's going on at home plate. That ball was way outside. Here's the next pitch. That one be ripped to right field. And it's missed. The catch was not made in right field. He'll come around. Zach Turner couldn't make the catch. One run will score. And Ogle will go all the way to third with a stand-up triple. Turner got over there. I think that ball got caught up in the wind and just kept tailing away from him. He couldn't catch up to it. And finally, the Falcons are on the board 3-1 here. Runner on third with one out. Stand-up triple by Ogle. Settle is at the plate now, the shortstop. Again, that wind is blowing left to right, and we've seen a couple of fly balls to right that the right fielders have had a hard time tracking down. I think it's just pushing away from them. And I think that's what happened to Turner on that play. Here's the pitch to the plate. Ripped straight back. And if we didn't have a net, we would probably be catching that one here in the booth. Big cut by Settle. The Falcons finally on the board here, 3-1. Runner on third. Here's the next pitch, pops straight up on the right side. First baseman ranges over, and he'll make the catch. Soltani rolls over there and makes that catch. That one had to be tough too with that wind. That was a high pop-up. Cooper Paul, the first baseman, up now with two outs. One run in, and one runner still on third. He'll stretch, he'll fire. Outside and low. Had to wait there, see if he was going to call that a strike, but it was a ball. Umpire has a pretty wide strike zone this afternoon. Ball sweeper will set, he'll fire. That one's ripped into center field. Again, Turner fighting that wind in the right field. He'll come down with it. And we're out of the second or third inning. But the Falcons get on the board 3-1. We'll go to the fourth. This is Vype Sports Live. Game. Welcome back, folks. Here we go, top of the fourth inning. John Cooper leads 3-1. One run in for the Falcons in that last inning, so they finally get on the board, but still trail 3-1. 3 runs, 5 hits. 1 run, 4 hits for the Country Day Falcons. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Dragons, excuse me. Didn't mention that part of it. Blumendahl back out on the mound for the Falcons from Country Day. Glad to have you joining us this afternoon. This is the 3A SPC Championship game between Fort Worth, Country Day, the Falcons, and the local boys, the John Cooper School of the Woodlands, the Dragons. It's been a pretty good game so far. Little traffic in the first inning for Blumendahl. Gave up 2 runs and another run in the third. Both teams scoring 1 run in the third. So here we are starting the 4th inning.
Third baseman, Justin Friedrich.
So the third baseman, Rebrook, number 22, will lead off for John Cooper. Here's a pitch from Blumendahl. Looking down in the dugout for the John Cooper Dragons, all the players are doing the tomahawk chop like you see at the Atlanta Brave game, but can't see where that has anything to do with Dragons, but another low and outside pitch called a strike. The umpire has a very wide strike zone, especially that low and outside pitch to a right-hander. Here's the next pitch from Blumendahl. Low and outside, almost the same spot, but this is called a ball. So it's 1-2. Blumendahl peering over the glove. Here he comes. Ripped into the center field. Excuse me, shortstop. I can't even get it out of my mouth there. The shortstop came up with it. Nice job by Settle.
Now batting, number 1, left fielder, Blake Lopez.
That ball looked like it was hit a lot harder than it was. I think it got it right off the fist. Didn't really make that telltale clink of an aluminum bat. So I thought it was ripped into the gap, but it just a lazy little line drive to Settle at shortstop. So here's Blake Lopez. Swing and a miss. So 1 out here, top of the 4th. Our score 3-1. John Cooper on top. The next pitch, swing and a miss. So 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 misses. Blumo out on front here, 0-2. 1 out here in the 4th. He kicks, he fires. High this time. That's a ball. So 1-2 the count. Here's the next pitch from Blumendahl. That's going to be low and outside. A ball. So 2-2 the count to Lopez. He kicks, he fires. That's going to be high, right down the middle of the plate, but just a bit high. So 3-2, the count goes full now. Blumendahl out in front. Now he's worked the count full here. Strike and a miss. Or swing and a miss for the strike and the strikeout. So Blumendahl out in front, lost him into a full count, but came back and struck him out for out number 1. And here's Braden Brooks, the center fielder for John Cooper. So nobody on, 2 out here for the Dragons. Blumendahl settling down, getting into a groove here. Here's the next pitch down the middle, a little high. Blumendahl comes to the plate inside and low.
We should have one more board.
They appeal, go down to third. He says no, he didn't go around.
Yeah, get through this game.
We'll survive.
Next pitch from Blumendahl. That's a strike. To the delight of the fans, I should say. 2-1 now. Here's the next pitch. Looping curveball. Misses the mark. And the next pitch is high. Oh, we'll lose him. Braden Brooks again on base, second time this afternoon from a walk.
Now batting right fielder Zach Turner.
And now Blumendahl will have to deal with the speedy Brooks at first. Caused him a lot of attention in the first inning, that is. As Brooks will immediately take a big lead. Down at first, Zach Turner, the right fielder, now up to bat for John Cooper. As Blumendahl will look over, looking back. Brooks immediately taking that big lead again. He's got a big lead, but he's leaning back toward first. Turner fakes the bunt and will throw it down to first. And Brooks gets back safely. Ogle taking that snap throw from the catcher position. Another snap throw over from Blumendahl. Brooks got on in the first. On the walk, stole a base. Came around to score. Here's Turner. He walked in the first as well. This time he'll hit it to left. Third baseman did it. Snap throw across and get the out. So they're out of the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-1. John Cooper leads right here on Vype Sports Live. Welcome back, folks, to the bottom of the fourth inning. They play 7 innings in high school baseball. We're about halfway through, and John Cooper leads 3-1 as Quinn Gibbons, the third baseman, will come up to bat here for the Falcons. Falcons managed 1 run last inning. Still trail this one 3-1. Outside and low. Skips back to the backstop. 2-0. Ballseaver cruising through this first 2 innings and gave up the stand-up triple last inning. Yielded a run, but still has a 2-run lead. Inside and low. 3-0. The pitch, that's going to be high and outside, but called a strike. 3-1. Here's the next pitch, ripped to left. Great play by the third baseman down there. Beautiful play. Justin Rebrook snapped that one out of the sky off the hop.
7, second baseman Connor Davidson.
That's definitely why they call it the hot corner. Connor Davidson comes up now, the second baseman for the Falcons. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Rip to right side. That's going to be a single down the right side. It's in. He'll turn. He'll go to second. Be a stand-up double. Will he go to third? He'll slide into second. And again, that line drive looked like the wind picked it up and pushed it away from Turner and the right field there. So the double by Davidson brings up the designated hitter, Luke Mitchell, for the Falcons. If you're just joining us, this is the SPC 3A Championship. It's been a long season for all these teams, but it culminates today for the 3A boys here at Episcopal High School, Jesborg Field, right here in the heart of the Galleria area. Take a timeout just for a second for the umpires to adjust their position here. And they'll come in to talk. The coach is going to come over and talk to Ballskeeper for a second. They're going to make a change here. We'll see. Again, we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Country Day starting to get to Ballskeeper just a little bit. Got one run last inning. And now with a stand-up double here with one out. They're just going to come and talk it over real quick. The umpire will come up and break up the party here. Luke Mitchell at the plate, the DH for the Falcons. Runner on second. Mitchell wielding that orange bat. He's going to rip the first pitch straight up the middle. A single to center. Davidson stops at third. And runners at the corners for the Falcons here with one out. First pitch he sees, he rips it to center field. And I'm pretty sure when the coach came out and talked to Ballskeeper, that wasn't the plan. So Mitchell liking the looks of that fastball. And now the Falcons have something working here. The coach will come back out again. And I believe this will be all for Ballskeeper this afternoon. And they'll take the ball from him. He'll get a nice round of applause from the Dragon fans. Pitched a pretty good game. He leads with a 3-1 lead with runners at the corners. And as they make the pitching change, we'll go ahead and take a break as well. Right here on Vype Sports Live. We'll come back in just a second. So the pitching change has been made. Jackson Dillon now the pitcher for John Cooper. David Ballsieper leaves, giving up 1 run on 6 hits. Runners at the corners for the Falcons. First pitch from Dillon. Strike down the middle.
He's
0-1 the count. The next pitch fouled straight back. Fulton Weaver at the plate now for for Fort Worth. The right fielder. Center fielder Will Blumendahl would be on the on-deck circle. Snap throw over. What you can say about both these teams are very interested in that runner at first. Trying to keep that running game down. He'll take off. That's a balk. And a run will score on the balk. Dillon probably saw him take off from first. Got a little happy feet. And a run will score 3-2 now. So a runner in second. Fulton Weaver still at the plate. So Mitchell took off on the steal attempt. And Dillon most likely saw him out of the corner of his eye, got happy feet, and stepped off the bag in the wrong way. He's going to bring the runner in, and Weaver will take second. Or excuse me, Mitchell will take second. So runner on second with 1 out here, 1 run in on the balk, and it's 3-2 now. Fulton Weaver still at the plate. And they called another balk on Dillon, and Dillon is beside himself, wondering what he did. So runner will go to third now. So Mitchell getting a free pass to second, and now a free pass to third. Weaver still hasn't seen a pitch. Now Dillon will stretch. He'll come to the plate. Low and outside. That'll be a ball. 3-2 now. So a balk brings 1 run in, and a second balk brings the runner to third. Here's a pitch outside.
It's count blue.
Dillon comes to the plate. This one's ripped to center field. That will tie our score. 3-3. Fulton Weaver taking a slicing line drive to center field. So Dillon comes in for Ballsieper, gives up 1 run on a balk and another on a line drive single. We are tied here in the 4th. And the head coach will come out and talk to Dillon. Dillon's had a rocky start here to his pitching appearance, and they'll take the ball from him as well. So as they make another pitching change, we'll go ahead and take a break. So it's tied up here, 3-3 in the 4th, right here on Vype Sports Live. Welcome back. Another pitching change now. Pitching now for John Cooper is Braden Brooks, the center fielder. He'll come in from center field. Bryce Redding will go to left, and Blake Lopez will go to center. So we got a couple changes for John Cooper. 3-3 tie now. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Up to bat, Will Blumendahl. First pitch low and outside. So a couple changes for the Dragons. As Dillon's time on the mound didn't last very long at all. Snap throw to first. So again, center field is now Blake Lopez. Bryce Redding will come in and play left for the Dragons, and Brandon Brooks, the center fielder, has come in to pitch the lefty. That's going to be outside. 2-0. Runners, excuse me, I thought the runners at the corners, just a runner on first here for the Falcons. Fulton Weaver with a line drive single, driving in the run before the pitching change. Here's Will Blumendahl. His brother Jackson will be in the on-deck circle. Big swing and a miss. Snap throw down to first. Not in time. So the Falcons down 3-0. Have fought back here with 1 in the third and 2 in the fourth to tie this game up here in the 3A SPC championship game. Another snap throw to first. Runners have to keep an eye out with a lefty pitcher. We talked about earlier, it's a little easier for them to see that big lead. So center fielder versus center fielder. Brooks will, they got him on the pitch out, but to get the throw down there, not in time. Weaver with a great jump. They had him on a pickoff, but Weaver just too fast to get to second. The throw from Saltani coming a little bit slow. And runner in scoring position for the Falcons here. So Blumendahl back to the plate here. 2-1 is the count on the steal from Weaver. Brooks will check the runner at second. They'll wheel around, try to pick him off. Not in time. Amador sneaking in behind Fulton. Brooks will check him again. He'll come to the plate. That time he'll throw it to third. He's safe. Fulton Weaver on a steal of third as well. So he steals second. He steals third. And even though Brooks was keeping an eye out on him, he's got the wheels to get to second and to third with one out here. Blumendahl. Will Blumendahl, that is, still at the plate. Facing a 2-2 count. The Falcons are starting to come alive a little bit here. Trailing 3-0, forced a 3-3 tie. That was high and outside. 3-2 the count. The 1 run in the third, 2 here in the fourth. Still batting. And he loses him. And Brooks not happy with that call at all.
Now batting number 16, Jackson Blumendahl.
So Jackson Blumendahl, the pitcher, comes up with runners at the corners and only 1 out here. 2 runs already in to tie the score at 3. John Cooper, 3 runs on 5 hits. The Falcons of Country Day, 3 runs on 7 hits. And they call another balk. This time, the first one on Brooks, and another run will score. So the Falcons will take 2 runs in this inning off a balk. And Will Blumenthal will go to second on the free pass. So 3 runs scored here in the 4th. And the Falcons of Country Day take a 4-3 lead. And Brooks had a sort of a lengthy discussion with the second base umpire to pretty much asking him what he did and what he needs to do, because it didn't look like he moved the foot too much at all. The balk is basically you can't fake a direction, basically. You've got to come to home, or you've got to come to a plate or a base or a bag, or whatever you want to call it, and you can't come halfway. And that's basically what the balk is called. He'll come home this time. Blumenthal tried to bunt it, and it goes foul. So when a pitcher's going to pick somebody off or try to pick somebody off, they can't fake coming to home and then go that direction. They've got to be decisive one way or the other. And when they're not, that's when the balk is called. So 2 runs in here on balks. 4-3 lead now for the Falcons of Country Day. And they're still working here with 1 out and 1 on. The Blumenthal brothers teaming up here. There's a hit up the middle. Brooks took his eye off it, looked for third. Now he's too late to come to first. And the runner's almost picked off a third. Brooks thought he had the ball in his glove, was looking at third base. The old rule, you got to catch the ball first, comes into play there. The ball popped out of the glove. And runners at the corners here. You got a Blumenthal at 2 bags, first and at third. And here comes Jack Ogle, the catcher. 3 runs in here in this 4th inning for the Falcons of Country Day. So the Dragons having all sorts of pitching problems. 3 balks called in this inning alone, 2 resulting in runs. So only 1 out still in this inning. 3 runs scored, 2 runners on at the corners. And here's the catcher, Jack Ogle. Brooks fakes the throw to third. When you do that fake, you got to step off the rubber and make that decisive throw. It's going to be a steal, at least an attempted steal. Blumenthal's off first. The other Blumenthal off third. He's going to come home. He'll score. So brother on brother action. Will Blumenthal kept the run down long enough for his brother, Jackson Blumenthal kept the run down going long enough. His brother Will scampered home for the 5th run of the game. 5-3 now the score for the Falcons of Country Day. That's a hard position for the Dragons to be in when you've got 1 runner in a rundown. You got to keep an eye on the runner at third as well. And I'm sure the Blumenthal brothers have practiced that in their backyard before. They put it into practice here in the game. 5-3. Pitch is high and outside. Ogle still at the plate. Two outs here in the 4th. 4 runs are in. Ogle looking at a clear slate. No runners on. So 5 runs scored by the Falcons in the last 2 innings. And have taken the lead 5-3 here.
I was told not to do
Straight up in the air. Second baseman will slide over. Venezuela will take the catch. And we're finally out of the 4th inning. We go to the 5th inning, but the Falcons of Country Day have forged into the lead 5-3 right here on Vype Sports Live. Welcome back, folks. Live at Jess Borg Field here at Episcopal High School for the 3A SPC Championship game. Going to the 5th inning is 5-3 Country Day. The Falcons from Fort Worth scoring 4 runs in the 4th, 2 of them on balks. And they take the lead 5-3. Here's Carmine Johnson, the DH. For John Cooper, Jackson Blumendahl is pitching. Going to drive out to deep center field. Back he goes. And he'll be able to corral it. Little Blumendahl was playing a little shallow. That ball kept drifting out on him. So here's the catcher, Pablo Cabaluzzi. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here's the next pitch. Strike. Blumendahl has gone the entire way. A little trouble in the first, giving up just 2 runs, but now he's got a 5-3 lead to work with. That one took a little off of that one. Change up high, and that's going to be a ball. So 1-1 to Cabaluzzi. Swinging, fouled straight back. So coming up after this game, we'll have the 4A SPC Championship game between the Kincaid Falcons and the Episcopal Knights. The Knights forging through to play the championship game at their home field. That one's fouled right. Watch out on Bissonette. Oh! It's a pretty expensive Mercedes, just by the skin of their chinny chin. Missed that one. Blumendahl will reset. Come to the plate high. It's going to be a ball, 2-2. here in the top of the 5th. They've just played 7 innings in high school baseball. Down to crunch time here. The last couple of innings for the 3A championship here. That one's going to be a looping curve just a little outside. So 2-2. Next pitch is ripped to the shortstop. Throws it over. Settle makes a nice throw. Gets the out. So 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Blumendahl again had a little trouble in the first, but he's really settled down since then. Giving up 1 run in the 3rd, but hasn't really given up much since then. So Amador, the shortstop, come to the plate now. Looks at the first pitch, low and inside, but they call it a strike. Next pitch from Blumendahl. High and outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count. So 2 outs here, top of the 5th for the Cooper Dragons. Inside and low, that one will be a ball. 2-1 the count. Well, it's turned out to be just a beautiful day here in Houston for this championship game. Mother Nature not liking Thursday or Friday or Saturday. Actually, this is Saturday, isn't it? Thursday and Friday she didn't like baseball, but here we are on Saturday just being beautiful. The next pitch from Blumendahl. Foul to the right side. 3-2 runs the count full. 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Dragons now trailing by 2. Running out of time here. And the coach will come out to talk to Blumendahl. John Cooper leading 3-0 through 3. And the Falcons of Country Day forge back with 1 in the 3rd and 4 runs in the 4th to go ahead. 2 runs off balks. Unusual way to score, but it did happen for 2 different pitchers giving up balks and runs. Cooper goes from leading this fairly comfortably now being down by 2 runs here. Blumendahl, next pitch. Strike on the outside. Got him looking. And they're done here in the 5th inning. We'll go to break. The bottom of the 5th coming up at 5-3. Country Day leads this one here on Vype Sports Live.
shortstop Jake Settles.
So welcome back to the top of the 6th inning. Scratch. I said it wrong. There's the first line drive to right field, taken by Zach Turner. And that sun is starting to become a little bit of a factor in right field. As that ball was lining out to Turner, you could see the reflection of the sun in his sunglasses. So as we go a little farther into this day, that right field position is going to be tough. Even the first baseman over there donning the sunglasses. Soltani at first. There's this next pitch. Cooper Paul up to bat now. They'll take that as a ball on the outside. And that one's going to be a strike on the outside. Look, almost the same spot, but different results. 2-1 the count. Swinging and fouled straight back. So Braden Brooks came in to pitch last inning. He'll continue here. That one would be fouled straight up off the net. Tried to make it out on the Bissonette, but didn't quite have the height. So one out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Brooks, the lefty, deals ball high and outside. The next pitch to Paul. That one's outside too. Next pitch from Brooks. Fouled. Watch out on Bissonette. It's going out there. So we've had about 5 balls batted out on the Bissonette and 1 out of the feeder road of the West Loop so far today. Paul will foul that one left side on the ground this time. So again, if you're looking for a free baseball, just come over to Bissonette and the West Loop here. There's a few in the gutters along Bissonette. That one's ripped. That one's not going foul. That's going to up into center field. And the wind playing a little bit of havoc with the center fielder. That was Blake Lopez out there. We made changes. Blake Lopez is in center field now. Brooks started the game in center field. Had to bring him in at the pitching spot. Quinn Gibbons up now for the Falcons. And at times that wind is whipping pretty good. You can see it rippling off the players' uniforms here. Primarily from left to right. That's going to be inside the bag in left field. He'll turn, go to second. And Quinn Gibbons with a stand-up double here for the Falcons. A 2-out double inside the bag over third.
Next up for the Falcons, number 7, second baseman Connor Davidson.
So Davidson will come up now with a runner in scoring position. Falcons' first hit off of Brooks. So 3 runs, 5 hits for Cooper. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Falcons of Country Day. Here's Brooks with the next pitch. That one's going to go on Bissonnet. Watch out. And fell right between two cars. That was very close. I think the lady in the Land Rover just counted her lucky stars because it bounced right in front of her and bounced in the opposite lane. So Brooks will check the runner at second. He'll come to the plate. Low and outside strike again. 0-2 to the second baseman, Davidson. So 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Time running out for Cooper. They only play 7. We'll have 6 more outs, and they're trailing by 2 here. Runner in scoring position for the Falcons. Next pitch by Brooks. That one's going to get up to the top of the net, almost out on Bissonnet. So reset 0-2. Check the runner in second again. This pitch is inside. They'll hit him. Connor Davidson gets hit right in the number in the back of his jersey. And he'll gladly take first, but that is not a fun way to take a base. I was a pretty good hitter in Little League until I got hit in the side by about a 40-mile-an-hour fastball. I was not very good after that. So I can't imagine getting hit by something that's moving faster than that. 2 runners on here with 2 outs for the Falcons. That was a pitch out. They're going to try to get him at second. Swipe tag comes up lame. Does not get him. Valenzuela caught that ball and snapped that swipe tag out there. Couldn't quite get the runner. Mitchell will see the next pitch inside, but they'll call it a strike. He actually had to move out of the way of that one, but still caught the inside of the plate for the strike. 1-1. That one's low. Another attempt to get the steal at second. Another great swipe tag by Valenzuela. Might have had him if he didn't lose the ball. But Ogle's got a cannon at. Excuse me, that's Cabaluzzi. Has a cannon from the catcher position. He's made a couple of great throws across the way there. This one's going to be popped up. And Amador will take it. And they're out of the 5th inning. Now we'll go to the 6th. It's 5-3 Country Day right here on Vype Sports Live.
second baseman, Andres Valenzuela.
As we go to the 6th, 5-3, Country Day leads. John Cooper just 6 more outs to work with here. Valenzuela will lead off for the Dragons, trailing 5-3 here in the 6th. Blumendahl has gone the entire way for the Falcons. The curveball comes up, misses the mark. 1-0. Low and outside, he'll call it a strike again. Big curveball misses high. Two and one the count. Hot shot down the right field line. Cooper Paul can't come up with it. He'll turn. Valenzuela will go to second, and he'll get the double. The hot shot down the first base line. Cooper Paul couldn't come up with it. I think he expected it to make a bounce, and it didn't quite take a bounce. It stayed low. It went under the glove down the right field line. So the Dragons have something working here. Here's Soltani. But they're about to throw in a replacement runner there, but decided not to. As Valenzuela will retreat back to second. So Soltani with the runner in scoring position, no outs here in the top of the 6th. Long stare in from Blumendahl. He'll come to the plate. Inside strike. So Tani taking a big swing at that one. Another long stare from Blumendahl. Here's the pitch inside. It'll get away. It'll get away from the catcher. And Valenzuela will scamper on to third. Tough pitch for Ogle to handle behind the plate there. So now, runner just 90 feet away here. 5-3 they trail. We're at the top of the 6th in this SPC 3A championship game. A big cut by Soltani. Fouls it straight back. Number 22, Justin Rebrook, in the on-deck circle for the Dragons. Coming up after this is a 4A championship game between Kincaid and Episcopal. Big swing and a miss. Soltani comes up empty. And there's one out here in the 6th.
Now batting third baseman Justin Rebrook.
Rebrook with an outstanding play in the field last inning. See if he can do something here at the plate for the Dragons. 2 runs down, 1 runner on third with 1 out here in the 6th. Low and outside. That's a ball. Blumendahl comes to the plate. That's a strike. 1-1 the count. Blumendahl has gone the entire way. Lanky pitcher comes to the plate. Low and outside. They'll call it a strike again. Let's say the umpire's been consistent. That low and outside pitch to the righty. Low and inside for the lefty. He's called that all day long. There's the next pitch. Popped it straight away to center field. Is it going to be deep enough for a sac fly? Looks like it will be. So the sac fly makes it 5-4. A great job by Rebrook doing his job, getting that ball out in the outfield and bringing the runner home. So next up to plate for the Dragons is Blake Lopez, the center fielder. So now no runners on, 2 outs, but they've cut the lead to 1, 5-4 now. Again, if you're joining us for the Kincaid Episcopal game, this game got started just a little bit late because of the third place game that went a little long before us. So settle in. We'll have that game just for you right after this one. This one, we got a little bit more to settle here in the 3A championship game, as it's 5-4 now. Country Day still leads, but just by 1.
Now batting, your attention please. Now batting number 7, Carson Dunlap.
We've got a pinch hitter, Carson Dunlap, for John Cooper. Took a couple practice swings off to the side here. Get himself ready. 1 run in here for the Dragons. They now trail by 1. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Dragons of Cooper. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Falcons of Country Day. We got a tight one here, as you might expect in the 3A SPC championship game. Blumendahl will come to the plate. A little tapper to right. Easily fielded for the second out, actually the third out. And they're out of the inning, but the Dragons draw a little closer, 5-4, as we go to the bottom of the 6th right here on Vype Sports Live. So we go to the bottom of the 6th here at Jesborg Field, Episcopal High School for the 3A SPC championship game. Country Day leads 5-4 over John Cooper. Braden Brooks still on the mound for the Dragons. From the left side, he'll come to the plate. Strike inside and low. Fulton Weaver, the right fielder, up for the Falcons. Swing and a miss. Brooks took a little bit off of that one. Had Weaver way out in front. 0-2. That was going to be foul left side. Almost made it out on the feeder road. Yeah, coming out of crunch time here, the 3A SPC Championship game. The 4A game will follow about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, so stay tuned for that. That one's going to be ripped to center, going shopping at the gap. That's going to get down. He'll get to second for sure, and he'll slide in with the Dream Weaver. Fulton Weaver with a double to right center.
Now batting, number 22, center fielder, Will Blumenthal.
So Weaver got a pitch he liked and ripped it into right center. It looks like the coach is going to come out and talk to Braden Brooks. And it looks like his day on the mound is through. They'll make a pitching change. And while they'll do that, we'll take a break. Make the pitching change. We'll be right back when the next pitcher is installed. This is Vype Sports Live. Welcome back, folks. Now pitching for John Cooper. Zach Turner comes in from right field. He'll be on the mound now. Braden Brooks will take over center field again. And moving over to right will be Blake Lopez. So just those changes for Cooper. Turner on the mound, Brooks back in center field, and Lopez in right. The double by Weaver, he's on second base. So Will Blumenthal, the center fielder, comes up to plate now for for Country Day. So Turner, his second pitch here, we popped up back to the backstop. He tried to move the runner over. Weaver dancing around at second, just daring Turner to throw up there. Blumenthal, nice butt out in front. They'll move the runner over. And almost, Valenzuela was almost late getting over. In fact, he was late getting over. And Blumenthal gets the first on the bunt. So a little mix-up on defense where John Cooper didn't quite get the rotation right. Runners to the corners for the Falcons. They already lead 5-4. Trying to play add-on here late. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Jackson Blumenthal lays down another nice butt, and he'll get the first on time. Loads the bases up for the Falcons. Turner took a little extra time to make sure Weaver was going to stay at third, but too much time as he can't get the runner at first. So Ogle comes up with the bases full. Chance to maybe put this one away. No outs. Bases loaded here. Any kind of hit here would really go a long way for them cementing this championship game tonight. Bases loaded, no place to put Ogle. Zach Turner will stare in. He'll come to the plate. Inside high, ball one. Turner, the fourth pitcher used by the Dragons this afternoon. Next pitch is high, 2-0. Tough spot for Zach Turner, the right fielder, having to come in and take over on the mound, but no place to put the catcher Ogle. The next pitch, that's high and outside, 3-0. I imagine Ogle's just going to be taking on this next pitch here. Turner having trouble finding the target. He'll rock, he'll fire. And he does take that straight down Broadway, strike one. So 3-1 now. 4 runs and 6 hits for the Dragons. 5 runs, 11 hits for the Falcons. Here's the next pitch. That's ripped into center field. Brooks will camp under it, but it should be long enough and far enough for the sacrifice fly, and it is. And the Falcons will take a 6-4 lead here. Brooks did the right thing. Backed up, got the momentum for the throw, but it was just deep enough to bring the runner home. And it is 6-4. The Falcons of Country Day taking another 2-run lead here. We're bottom of the 6th, just 1 inning more to go. And we're coming down to crunch time. The Dragons can't tie it up at the top of the 7th. It'll be all over. And that task just got a little tougher by 1 run. And there's only 1 run out, or 1 out in this inning. 2 runners on. Swing and a miss. Jack Siddle trying to settle into his position here, and another hit here will possibly bring in 2 runs. Turner will take a look at the runner. He'll come home. That one's foul left side. Or is it foul? They'll take a run for it. Can't quite catch up with it. It's like Amador was over there along with Valenzuela trying to track that one down. Actually, it was Rebrook. Number 22 was along with Amador. Thought that maybe he had a chance with that wind blowing it back toward him, but just a little bit out of reach. Turner comes to the plate again. Grit foul left side down the line. To 0-2 the count. Here to settle. Just 1 out, 1 run in here in this inning. 2 runners on for the Falcons. That was low. 1-2. Falcons trailed 3-0 through 3. Then the bats came alive, scoring 1 in the 4th and 4 in the 5th. Now here another one in the 6th. That was ripped foul, heading for the feeder. Had no idea where that landed. It almost made it onto the freeway itself. So they'll reset here 1-2. Settle the shortstop. Trying to put more damage on this inning. He'll take that one, a ball outside, 2-2. Okay, the 4A SPC championship game coming up right after this one. Both teams gathering on both sides here. Cade Falcons and the Episcopal Knights. Big swing and a miss from Settle. Goes down swinging to out number 2.
Now batting first baseman Cooper Paul.
So Cooper Paul will get a chance here with 2 outs to do some more damage. They lead 6-4, 1 run in this inning. And 2 runners on still. Paul, the big lanky first baseman. Turner, a little rough start to his pitching debut here in this game, but he's settled down just a bit here. Here's the next pitch, outside high. Starts him out 1-0. That one's low and outside, but to the umpire's credit, he's called that one a strike all afternoon and evening long. So 1-1's the count. Turner will take a look at the runner at second. Big lead at second. He'll come to the plate. That was ripped into right field. That will score 1 run. Here comes the second run, and it is 8-4. Country Day. Cooper Paul lining that one opposite field to right field. Drives in 2 on the single. And it is 8-4 Country Day. They are 3 outs away from submitting this 3A SBC championship game. Still work to do here. 2 outs, 1 on. And Gibbons will call time real quick here. So Zach Turner came in to pitch, and a little rocky start, settled down in the middle, but gives up the 2-run single. There's the next inside. That hit him on the elbow. So now there's 2 on for the Falcons.
Next up, second baseman Connor Davidson.
So Connor Davidson, the second baseman, will come up with 2 on. Dragons led 3-0 through 3, but now they look up at an 8-4 deficit.
We're typically now ready. Brody Pregame.
So the DH, Luke Mitchell, comes up here with 2 on. Turner looks at the runner at second. He'll come home. Outside and low, 1-0. We'll call timeout briefly. Cavalese will go out and talk to Turner quick.
The 4A championship game will start 45 minutes after the conclusion of this game. The 4A championship game will
So just making the announcement now, if you're
after the conclusion of this
tuning in looking for the 4A SPC championship game, it will start 45 minutes after the conclusion of this game. That will be between the Kincaid Falcons and the Episcopal Knights. The Knights of Episcopal getting a chance to play that championship game here at home just by the fact that they made it through the playoffs. So a little home cooking for them. We'll see if that helps them coming up here at the 4A SBC Championship game. We'll have that right here on Vype Sports Live right after the conclusion of this game. Still have work to do here, 8-4, Country Day out on top. John Cooper will have 1 more shot at it, 3 more outs to work with. And right now they look at a 4-run deficit. Luke Mitchell trying to make it a little bit deeper for them. Turner comes to the plate. Right side. Valenzuela will take it, scoop it to Amador, and they're out of the inning. So we'll go to the 7th. Cooper needs 4 runs or we are done here today. And this is Vype Sports Live. We'll go to the 7th. Welcome back. 7th inning coming up here. Now pitching for Fort Worth Country Day, Fulton Weaver. Blumendahl with the entire way, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits. Supposed to bring in Weaver to try to close this out. 8-4 is the score. The Dragons need 4 here in this inning. Otherwise, we're crowning the Falcons as the champion. Leading off the center fielder, Braden Brooks. First pitch from Weaver. First pitch is a strike. Weaver playing the closer role in this game tonight. Second pitch inside and low. That would be a ball. 1-1 the count to Brooks. Swing and a miss. Brooks went fishing on an outside fastball. 1-2. 3 outs to work with. The Dragons trail by 4. Took something off of that one. Changeup just missed the outside portion of the plate. 2-2. Brooks with a good eye there to let that one go. Weaver rocks and fires inside and low, or outside and low, excuse me. 3-2, goes full count on Brooks. .3A SPC championship on the line here. Here's the next pitch. Foul back, left side. And Brooks will stay alive. Here's the next pitch from Weaver. That one's going to be outside, just off the plate, and Brooks will take first. So the first runner on base for the Dragons.
Now batting number 2, Zach Turner.
Zach Turner, who took the mound last inning for the Dragons, will take to the plate here. They need 4 runs. Brooks on first here. Weaver will look him back and throw over. Next pitch from Weaver. Strike on the outside portion of the plate. A little high, right about letter high. 0-1 to Zach Turner. Weaver will throw over to first again. Brooks, a speedy center fielder. Scored 1 run today, stole a base as well. Weaver will come home. Inside, high. Turner has to spin around away from that one. Another snap throw over by Weaver. Keeping Brooks close. Brooks still taking a pretty healthy lead out there. That was ripped to right field by Turner. Brooks will round around first. He'll stay there.
Now batting designated hitter Carmine Johnson.
So 2 on here. The DH Carmine Johnson comes up to the plate. So the Dragons making things interesting here. Nobody out, 2 on, down by 4. Here's the pitch low. Starts him out with a ball. Here's the next pitch, inside and low again. Another ball, 2-0. So Weaver losing control here a little bit, trying to find the target, and the coach will come out and give him a chat here. So the Falcons nursing a 4-run lead, but I think it's getting interesting here with the Dragons with 2 on with nobody out. Something you expect in a championship game, being tight. A little drama at the end, maybe. So stay with us. We'll see what happens here as we go forward in this inning. Don't see any signs of a pitching change. They're just going to talk about it right now. Now give Weaver a pat on the back and say, go after him. So they'll stay with confidence with Weaver on the mound. A single and a walk puts 2 runners on here. Weaver faces the designated hitter, Carmine Johnson. He's got a 2-0 count on him. So Johnson, a favorable count here to get something to hit. That's going to be outside 3-0. Johnson most likely going to take this next pitch. As Weaver having a little bit of trouble finding the target here. 2 on, nobody out. Top of the 7th. That one's low. He's going to lose him. He's going to walk him. Bases are loaded now. Down by 4. 3 runners on. The tying run comes to the plate. The catcher, Cavalluzzi, comes up with the bases loaded, and he's the tying run at the plate. So Weaver in a jam here. The Falcons showing a little fight, trying to come back on this thing. We play 7. If we're tied after 7, we keep going until we get a winner. But the Dragons have a little work to do yet. But they're starting to make progress with 3 runners on, faces loaded. Tying run comes to the plate in Cavalluzzi. Amador is on deck. Here's the next pitch. Inside. 2-0. 2-0 to Cavalluzzi. And now I think they're going to make a change. As the coach comes out and puts his right arm up, he's going to make a change. So Weaver's day is done on the mound. But the next pitcher coming in is going to be in a jam with the bases loaded. So we'll take a break as they make a change. Right here at Vype Sports Live. Don't go anywhere. We're going right down to the wire here. So welcome back as they make the pitching change. Hudson Holm now in on the pitching mound. Weaver will go back out to right field. Bases loaded, nobody out here. 2-0 count to Cavaluzzi. First pitch low and outside. He gets the strike call. So this one's coming out of the wire. A little bit of drama here late in this game. 7th inning, 8-4. Country Day leads. But the Dragons have said, we're not done yet. Catcher Cavaluzzi at the plate. Amador is on the on-deck circle. There's the next pitch. Hits a strike as well. So Holm coming in and taking care of business. 2 straight strikes. Two and 2 count. Here's the next pitch. Foul left side. Falcons need a double play here to take the pressure off a little bit. Dragons trying to apply that pressure. The next pitch by Holmes. Low and inside. 3 and 2. We go full count. No place to put Cavaluzzi. Bases are loaded. 3 and 2. Holmes stares in. Here's the pitch. Wheeled and fouled by Cavaluzzi. They will reset at 3 and 2 again. If you're just joining us, we welcome you in. Good time to be here. 8-4, Country Day leads. They play 7 innings. We're in the top of the 7th. Cooper needs at least 4 here to keep this one going. And they got the bases loaded. And now a walk will bring a run in. 8-5. And the bases are still loaded. The winning run in Amador comes to the plate. Or at least the leading run. Let me put it that way. And Brooks gives Amador a little pep talk, gives him a slap on the helmet, says, go get him, buddy. 8-5 is the score. The Dragons trying to drag themselves back into this game. Still nobody out, bases loaded. Sevy Amador, the shortstop from the left side, comes to the plate. Next pitch from Holm. Outside. Stars him out with a ball. Tough situation for Holm to come in. He's walked a run in. Lanky right fielder comes to the plate. That one's flipped out to shortstop. And they try to make the throw at third. Can't get the out at third. So 1 out on the line drive. Settle makes a nice scoop right off the edge of the ground.
Now batting number 21, Andres Valenzuela.
So now Valenzuela comes up with the bases loaded, 1 out. 1 run in here, top of the 7th. They trail by 3. Soltani will be the next batter. If they get to him on the on-deck circle, here comes Holm with the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Amador fooled by that. Way out in front. Excuse me, I'm 1 runner behind. This is Valenzuela up to the bat now. And Soltani is on deck circle. So Valenzuela, the second baseman, looks at the second pitch, low and outside, 1-1 on the count. Holm will come in. Big swing in and fouled straight back. Boy, Valenzuela saw a pitch he liked, took a big cut at it. 1-2 the count. Holm wants a new baseball. Getting later, it's a little tougher for the first baseman, the second baseman, and the right fielder when it comes to something up in the air. Two and two the count to the second baseman, Andres Valenzuela. Home will rock. Fire inside and low. 3-2. He goes full. So some drama late here in this game. The Dragons trying to make it interesting. Bases loaded. 3-2 count. The leading run at home plate. Here's the next pitch. It's going to be out into center field. Is it going to be deep enough for a sacrifice fly? They're going to try it. No, they won't. Not deep enough. That's the second out. So now Country Day just 1 out away from the championship. Well, Soltani strolls to the plate as the leading run. The bases still juiced. Home doing a great job of wiggling out of this jam so far. Let's see if he can handle the lefty Soltani. Home with a long stare in. Soltani takes a time. So some high drama here late in this game. Here comes Home to the plate. Foul off the left side. Soltani a little bit out in front of that one. Here comes Home to the plate. High and outside, 1-1. That one was close to being a strike on the outside corner. Like even the Country Day coach asked the catcher, where was that ball? And he kind of motioned like it was a little outside. Here comes Home to the plate again, inside this time. And it's 2-1. He's gone full count the last two batters. And somehow wiggled his way out of it. 2-1 against Soltani here with 2 out. Here's the next pitch. That's going to be a strike. 2-2. 1 strike away from an SPC 3A championship for the Country Day Falcons. Can Soltani extend that? Here's the next pitch from Holmes. Whip to right side. Cooper Paul makes a great stab. Gets to first base. And congratulations to the Country Day Falcons 3A SPC champions.
For Country Day 8, John Cooper 5. Please stay around for the trophy ceremony. And a reminder, the 4A game will start in 45 minutes.
So the final score 8-5 Country Day. The Falcons win the SPC 3A state championship 8-5. 8 runs on 12 hits, while the Dragons managed 5 runs on 7 hits. A great stab at first base with the bases loaded by Cooper Paul. Gets the out and the win for the Country Day Falcons. So congratulations to them. We'll stick here for all the tournament trophy presentation. Well, I was trying to get out of my mouth there as we're watching the players celebrate over short left field. So we'll have that trophy presentation coming up here. And then 45 minutes after the end of this game, I guess that clock starts now, we will have the Kincaid Episcopal game for you coming up. That's the 4A SPC championship game. So once again, congratulations to the Country Day Falcons from Fort Worth, SPC 3A state championships in 2025.